All right, then, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, children and gamers of all ages, welcome to the second race of the Metroid Prime 2 Echoes Randomizer Tournament of 2022. Joining me in the booth for commentary is Lucarius. How are you?
Hey, Chris. I'm doing decently. How are you yourself?
I'm good, I'm good. I'm excited to see what more Cursa can bring to the community for the second seed of the tournament. We also have Nye the Bath on tracking for us, so they'll be doing the button presses for us. So shout out to them.
All
Which
right.
has begun.
Chris, do you have any predictions for today?
Hmm. So we had earlier seed. I'm not going to spoil anything, but earlier seed had
Oh,
some
yes, please.
really nasty logic,
Ooh,
like
I
really
still want to
nasty
watch
logic.
that.
It was kind of good when you start thinking about it, how all the pieces connected. It was kind of rubbish. So hopefully we get something just as similar.
Yeah, that'd be nice. Seeds that make people think about their routing are really nice. And then just a sprinkle of like one or two major bosses in there, something to keep you a little bit busy. That's what I like the most.
Yeah.
Where really gets to you, where it's like, ooh, I know there's X on the boss. Do I go for it or do I try and skip it? All right, and we are off.
We've got a great tempo start with a Violet. There is no racers agreements here, so nothing out of the ordinary from the standard preset. We've got free key number 8. And a major upgrade in Aegon. Was that storage C?
Roll Axis A, which is,
Ah,
well, just the free item we get, basically. All we need for that is bombs or space jump or missiles.
yeah, we're getting a little bit of a sync up. That's the word I'm looking for. We're getting the racer sync.
Yeah,
So, oh, go on.
I think both of these players play on Nintendo, so their load
Yeah.
times should also be pretty synced up.
Yeah, both console runners. So obviously we have Interslice on the left, who is a mainstay veteran of of Prime One and Echoes in more recent years. So lots of randomizer experience there. Whereas we have MrMiguel, who is the world record holder on several Prime related speedruns. I think the when it comes to the kind of discussion we were having pre jumping on there was that Interslice might have the general kind of advantage here because he's more of a randomizer player. But we don't know what practice Miguel's been doing for this type of tournament. We don't know if he's been kind of working his brain to kind of understand the logic there. So we'll see what happens. This could be exciting.
Yeah, what's exciting about this as well is what you've explained, and also that Miguel has just a very, very broad understanding of a lot of complex tricks. Just today, I actually uploaded a new video on how to get Fortress Transport access without Emerald Translator and or Lightsuit.
Oh,
So yeah, he's very good at that type of stuff. So I wonder if we're going to see anything like that during our race here.
so bombs on Alpha Splinter, and looks like a Dark Aegon key here to be picked up. Can devalue the chance that a Morbus may be required, so you don't have to come back for this later.
Yeah, early on keys is one of the things I like to see because, like I said, it does give you that little 50-50 where sometimes you have like a check here or there left, or you have three keys in your pocket. So it's like, do you go for the Amorbis? Do you risk it, or do you not?
Especially with how, like, we do have a guaranteed Amorbus hint, but whether they'll get to see it before they have to make that kind of clutch choice on doing it.
And
So,
that looks like it is a missile or missile launcher, maybe.
yeah. So Miguel's going for the slope jump here rather than just double bomb jumping up, and gets it quite nice. I always find the task slope jump to be very tricky.
Yeah, I think it is frame perfect. So yeah, a little tricky to get. But obviously if you get it first try, slightly faster than the bomb jump method. Ooh.
Ooh. Missile launcher straight into some seekers.
Very interesting. Ooh, nice.
Oh.
Miguel doing an E-dash across there to not have to lower the crate.
Yep.
Well executed.
So we've got a little bit of a divergence here.
Ooh.
So
I
Miguel
like
going
the...
for GFMC direction.
Yeah. I like the play Miguel's making here, because it has bit me in the butt a bunch of times not to get this check right away when you have bombs, because this is in logic.
But sadly, nothing available straight away. Interslice is going to be checking the transport to Aegon item. What a lovely colour to find. We can read orange, ladies and gentlemen.
Nice. The best color.
The best colour indeed. Don't let any uncles tell you otherwise.
Early Amber is super nice because it lets you get all of those hints in early Aegon and the extra item there. Ooh, another bit of divergence here. Miguel's going for the early Hive Chamber item here. Nice play to make if you have early bombs, because again, if this is some progression that you can use in Aegon, it could save you an early trip back to Temple Grounds.
Is that knowledge beginner for the reverse gates? So is this
Yes.
in logic? Yeah.
It is. Destiny.
Those keys to Dark Torvis, I believe.
Yeah, me too. I think one of them said Hive.
Yeah, I saw the Hive one.
So yeah, Miguel making a bunch of early checks here. Nice to do, but like right now, if they turn out to be nothing, this is kind of a time sink. Because Interslice is going to be able to get these checks on his way as he is going to do a Temple Grounds loop later. So he is slightly in the lead right now.
So it looks like there's a burger up in MSA. That'll maybe be something we collect once Space Jump turns up.
And interestingly, the Accursed Lake corpse hint says that there was a HUD system in Accursed Lake.
Oh. And there is Dark Beam. That's a major item that was hinted previously.
Dark Beam, very nice. Also, a nice hint for Dark Burst 3 rooms away from Mining Plaza.
Did either of the players do a check for Mining Plaza at all? Well, Miguel's obviously coming in, but I don't think Interslice tried to take a peek.
I don't think so either. Ah. There's that
There's
Dark Burst.
Yep.
Miguel
So
checking.
both runners,
Looked to be a
have got
missile.
themselves a bit of just a missile.
Yeah.
So Interslice will be heading into Bomb Guardian. And Miguel will just be trailing a little bit behind here. We'll see if the two runners come to a little bit of a sync up once Interslice goes back for those checks. But there'll be a little bit more of an advantage, as Lucaris, you were saying. Interslice will have the chance of doing the High Chamber plus the Dark Missile Trooper, hopefully.
Yeah, and also communications area. It's just a check that he's going to get on the way, so it's a little bit less backtracking. But so those Dark Torvis keys are in Inghive and Sanctuary Fortress.
Yeah. Interslice nicely getting the 2 cycle and Bomb Guardian. Just for another T-Tank.
T-Tank, nice.
Got to keep yourself nice and warm. We are entering into the winter weather. So we'll see what Aegon Temple or Energy Controller has for us.
Ooh, glowing like a Christmas tree.
So that was a visor hint, wasn't it?
Yeah, a visor in Dark Aegon Wastes. That's a nice hint.
See, when it comes to visors and HUD systems, are the visors considered to be HUD systems, but the HUD systems, i.e., your translators, are not visors, yeah?
Correct, yes.
Interslice finding another red key in the mining tunnel.
Ooh. I like this routing from Interslice. Having that just picked up that main power bombs and remembering that he has seekers, can go in here to grab pretty much all the items and the hint.
High tempo keys on Dark Aegon and Cat.
And Inghive.
Yeah.
Oh. Oh, I lied actually. You can't get Storage A without Light Beam, huh? Kinda need that. Again, bear with me. I'm a little bit sleep deprived.
You're good. You're good. So, the red key that is here, chances are this could be one of the Inghive keys, and it looks like Interslice is just going to leave it.
I'm surprised with that because we already possess one Aegon key, and I'm pretty sure his next play is going to be Dark Aegon. So if, for example, he finds another Aegon key on Jump Guardian here, then it's... yeah. Oh, actually, never mind. We know that Morbus is dead.
We know Morbus is dead, but I don't think we've had a clean view of Mining Plaza, so I guess that's the gamble that Interslice is making here.
Yeah, true.
Either a Morbus isn't required, or it's the Inghive key, which also most likely isn't required.
Yeah, I guess we'll see it on Miguel's side of the screen. If he decides to go for the key, then it might be an indication that Mining Plaza is something. Then again, if that's like a Torvis key, then you want to pick it up anyway.
Yeah.
And sadly, we did get that, well, sadly for us, luckily for the players, but we got that main power bomb very early on. So we're going to bypass the new rule, or well, new setting that we've turned on in this tournament, which is that main power bombs are required to use the power bombs. So just having an expansion does not give you power bombs anymore.
It does look like Miguel's going to go for the key.
Very nice.
It was kind of gutting when I saw the results of the poll that we went for major, the mains for power bombs, but we didn't do it for missile launcher. I really hope to see the both of them. It would have been so exciting.
Yeah, it would have been exciting indeed, because missile launcher logic is not something you get to see often. Although it can make some seeds superficially long when you have a missile launcher like far in Aegon, and it makes you go back to Temple Ground for some very basic upgrades.
So it was the second Aegon key.
Yeah, Dark Aegon and Inghive indeed for those keys.
Interslice is the first one to dip their toes in Dark Aegon. Transdimensional activity has been detected, folks. With an STK at... I can never remember this room, because I always get prime rooms. Crossroads.
Yeah, the one room that shares a name with... Actually, I think there's two rooms that share names with Prime.
It doesn't share like a full name, it's Crossway I always think of, which is the prime room.
That's it.
But I always think of Crossway, and I'm like, it's not Crossway, but I can't remember what it's originally called.
Right. The one I'm thinking of that shares a name is a Training Chamber.
Yeah. Ooh, and there is Light Beam. In Cache 4, correct?
Correct, yes.
Oh, we also have Vault as well, yeah.
Oh, does Prime have a an item in a vault room?
It does, yeah.
Oh,
One of the
right,
early
that's in
Chozo
the...
rooms.
Yeah, you're right. Huh, that's cool.
So Junction Site, apologies, is just a missile.
And for now, yeah, we're just seeing Miguel tread in Interslice's footsteps. Although, indeed, do keep in mind, Miguel made a few extra checks, so might catch up to Interslice in a little bit. Because Miguel, at least for me, I tend to watch the person who's ahead. But I do eye Miguel's screen sometimes, and he's making some very nice plays, and in terms of movement as well. His movement is
Yeah.
very smooth. You can
The
see
movement is
the...
very nice. A lot of these
Yeah,
dashes, a lot of the kind of like, just even the short E dashes for the extra momentum is doing really well.
exactly. Small things like that in Mining Station A, getting... oh, what's that called again? Okay, you unmorph and then get a jump press.
The roll jump.
Roll jump, thank you, that's it. Getting some roll jumps for some extra movement in that room. Some very nice small time saves.
So Interslice is just going to take a little bit of a quick heal here before he fights the extremely difficult boss that is the hit the target.
Interslice probably being on 0 power bombs? Question mark. He got a power bomb instead of the health that he desperately needed there.
So it's kind of like, it is kind of bizarre if you were a new person to come in to see like a player just shooting nothingness. It'd be kind of odd. But for anybody in the chat that is not accustomed to what happens in Echoes here, is Jump Guardian's hitbox is technically loaded, but is just invisible. So you can actually shoot Jump Guardian down to the lethal threshold. You can't kill Jump Guardian. You need to spawn Jump Guardian so that you can do the finishing touch. But you could basically remove all of the health without having to deal with the actual fight. A nice wee bonus.
Yeah, well explained. That is indeed how it works. And at least to me, it's still a little bit unclear how the actual threshold of the health works for Jump Guardian. What I have tried to figure out, and I think discovered a little bit, is that the last shot that would kill Jump Guardian when his hitbox is unloaded doesn't go through, but instead leaves it at 1 health.
Wow.
Or 2 health, rather, because I think you always need to shoot it twice after it spawns.
Yeah, you always need to double tap. Yeah.
Yeah. So there's something whack going on with that, but it's not quite discovered yet what the exact thing with that
Was
is.
that was a very nice, like, I want to say bomb space jump, but we don't have space jump for that. But that was a very nice instant unmorph from the bomb jump there.
Yeah, that was some ridiculously good movement.
So, Jump Guardian didn't really offer us too much, so Interslice has decided to OU and is pushing onwards with Lightning and Pro, probably going towards the GFMC side of things.
Yeah, most likely. Main power bombs in tow, that is probably the next play, yeah.
We can also do DMT. If we find our space jump along the way, we can also check on top of the ship. So GFMC is doubly available potentially.
Here we go again. Ooh, didn't quite get the jump input there. Very nice.
Oh, that's so nice. That is so nice to see.
Oh, that's so smooth. Very satisfying. I wonder if we're going to see the instant unmorph at the transport center pipe sometime. That is one of the tricks Miguel has showcased, which is, for me at least, hard, and I love seeing that bit of movement.
I have never considered using Amorbis's limp body there as a scan point just for kind of some extra movement. That's kind of cool.
Yeah. It's some nice movement, but you need to get really good dashes to actually have this be a time save.
Yeah, that was very nice. Right, so you saw a person, and now you don't see a person, and we have some shoes.
Nice.
We've got a nice pair of space jump boots, so this will definitely put the GFMC ship in logic for us. And this is where the little extra time saving that we were talking about earlier on is Interslice is getting this high chamber check in the motion of also doing DMT, whereas Miguel will have to double dip essentially this location.
Interesting. Miguel taking a save there. I thought he was going to save warp back to Great Temple to go from there, but seems like he is in fact going back to Aegon first.
Yeah, I wouldn't have guessed that it was a lack of confidence type save in case there was a trick coming up they weren't too sure on. But with Miguel, I figured it would have been. I wouldn't expect that kind of thing. So I'm curious as to what the save was for. So Interslice will be coming up to do the dynamo check. We'll check to see if Ing Reliquary is also reliquired.
Alright, and this is the point that Interslice is all caught up with the checks that Miguel has done, so we can see that he is in fact a bit ahead in the route.
Beam related.
Related. Could be any of the beams except for light beam.
So it's either it could be Annihilator or Supers. I think that's the only relevant.
Yeah, or Dark Visor. Or, well, Dark Beam we have, yeah.
Oh.
Oh my.
And the crate.
Which means we're going to be able to dupe it, which gives us Screw Attack.
Screw Attack also in the crate. Double loaded.
Hey.
Ah, nice wee E-tank.
I was waiting for the third grapple on the ship here, but alas.
So grabbing a replacement power bomb as we go to check Grand Chamber Windway. And its accompanying room. And it looks like Miguel did take the save warp eventually. I think. Yeah.
I think he might have just walked back the exact route that Interslice took. So they went through Transport Center and then went back to Aegon that way. Or actually, yeah, they are at the other side of Temple Ground. So maybe they did go to Great Temple. Yeah. Oh.
Boost in Dark Aegon. Ooh.
Warp from the save, says Markod in chat. Thank you.
So seeing the majority of the early Aegon checks, we know that Amorbis is dead. So that suggests we're looking at the kind of the lab site of Dark Aegon for our boost ball. So that's actually really good information for Miguel. So that might give Miguel some direction, some steer here. But whether it will take them away from getting that grapple on that cheated screw attack is the next question.
Yeah, although I have to think about the route here and think that Interslice's next play is probably to go back to Aegon and into labs anyways, even though he doesn't have that hint.
Yeah.
Because that's pretty much the only thing available to us right now. Aside from, well, Phase Home Grounds right here. not gonna go for it. Looks like dark ammo or something like that.
And with no dark visor, there's no value in pushing forward.
Well, he does have screw attack now, so
Yeah.
not logical, but he does have screw attack. I'm curious to see where the logical screw attack is going to end up this seed.
And Miguel picking up their space jump boots as well.
Space
And
booty.
no doubt, Miguel will head towards GFMC as well, because there's not really... Oh, we're doing some
Ooh.
ILS.
It's going the any % route to climb back up to Temple Grounds. Yes.
Very nicely done.
Submersed. Nice. Miguel made a video this afternoon showcasing a crash here. So he is going to touch a load trigger here to prevent exactly that from happening. Right there.
So in the preset for the tournament, we have opted to use progressive grapple beam. So what that means is that the players will always be required to find grapple beam before they can unlock screw attack. What's happened in this case is that because grapple beam was on the GFMC crate, by duplicating the grapple beam, we were able to artificially unlock screw attack early. So there is technically a required screw attack somewhere in the pool. And the question is, where is that? Because that is what will logically tell us when we can start doing screw attack based checks.
Alright, Miguel getting back in bounds. Nicely done. Had a bit of trouble loading the next room, but did get it eventually. Interslice finding the hint over there as well. I wonder where Interslice is heading. Is he just going to Torvus?
Is this maybe a hint play?
I highly doubt it, because he would need to skip the Super's door, and he can't do that because he needs to go through the Inkstorm and hasn't got a suit.
You could... Oh, I guess, yeah. That's actually quite dangerous, isn't it?
Yeah, he's going for... Oh. Going for... Yeah. Wow. On his way to Torvus.
This could be where further divergence happens.
Did that say Temple Axis in Sanctuary or Torvus?
Sanctuary.
Wow.
Or Spider Ball.
Huh. So I'm interested to see that Interslice is still pressing on here, because after reading those two hints, the route that I have in my head is go to Labs and Dark Aegon for that boost ball, and then head up through Vent A to Sanctuary to grab a potential Spider Ball and anything on the way.
Yeah,
so Torvus seems like an interesting play right now, for sure.
Yeah, it looks like... Yeah, Interslice is just powering on. So 27 minutes in and we are first landing into Torvus, which is nice.
Going for a vacation, are we?
Some Torvus tea time. See what's available for us. Just a missile upgrade.
And a missile in its Light World counterpart.
So Miguel getting their grapple beam and is about to dupe that. So again, another runner cheating their way to screw attack. Take
Oh,
this. Ooh,
hello.
that's a nice find.
Gets heavily rewarded for this early Torvus play. Wow.
So yeah, that's actually quite good because that means they can enter back into Aegon via the Torvus to Aegon elevator, can't they?
Oh, yeah, actually.
So this
That's...
surprisingly works
Oh.
out.
It does, because he's getting all of the checks here in early Torvus and is able to go back to Aegon through that elevator because he does have the Seekers, you're right. Huh.
So a nice wee bailout.
Not sure what Interslice looking for here. Maybe some power bombs?
Power bomb, I think, for the check here, maybe.
He's not getting any. Oh, wow. Got
Yeah,
20%ed twice in a row. Oof.
that's rough.
Yeah, he's gonna go back for that after the fight. Surely the Pirates will drop some.
Yeah, one of these crates has to drop something. That was rough. Like, I'm used to prime drop rate, but that was rough when you've got an actual guaranteed system somewhat.
Yeah. Ooh, that looks important as well.
Is that maybe grav boost, or is that the other gravity? The other grapple?
Yeah, I think either of those is going to be the answer. Or we do still have a wild cannonball in the pool somewhere.
Yeah.
So that's a ball upgrade. I can't quite make out what that is.
I think that's grapple.
I think that is the other grapple, yeah. It is, yeah.
Okay, so now we have logical screw attack. Congratulations, Interslice.
You have Screw Attack Plus now. Congratulations.
You get one extra flip.
Oh my god, imagine though.
That's the type of mod feature we want. More space jump boots, more jumps. More screw attacks, more spins.
For the very niche scenario, in which case you have progressive grapple on and it ends up exactly on Dark Missile Trooper or in the GFNC crate.
So we're just finding a burger at the Torvus energy controller. So there's the power bomb the Interslice was looking for.
Yeah, knowing the routing that Interslice can go for here, the only real downside I see to this route right now is that it doesn't have Emerald currently. Although he could find that on the way somewhere as well. But yeah, going past a bunch of hints. Whereas Miguel might take a different route and maybe stumble upon emeralds somewhere.
So we do have a visor and we do have a HUD system in Aegon, don't we, still? Because the Amber was in Temple Grounds.
I think we have a visor in, what was it, Aegon or Dark Aegon, one of the two. The HUD system hint was for Accursed Lake.
Was that Cursed Lake? Also it was, yeah.
Which one could lead to the other. Could be Dark Visor in Aegon, which leads to... Could be Emeralds, Echo, or Cobalt.
So here's the benefit of finding those super missiles.
Well, you need Seekers for this, but yeah. Supers allows him to go into the bottom of Torv's Temple there without having Emerald Translator. So a nice bit of routing there. Otherwise he would have had to out of bounds for it, which is not fun. Interslice wasting some missiles here to get to 0 missiles so he can benefit from the Echo Drop system. Because for those of you who don't know, if you are at 0 of any, what's it called? Not currency, ammo. 0 of any ammo, you'll have an 80% chance when you destroy a grate that you'll get ammo of that type. Or health. Goes for health as well.
Yeah. So with supers here, Interslice has the option of going straight into Battleground from the Dark Aegon, which is quite good.
Oh yeah, the routing here is actually impeccable because of that supers. Allows him to go into the back of labs, dark labs to be more specific, and then go into light labs.
And then depending on how this really works out, it could be... Oh, I can't see what that was. I don't think there was anything... Not Interslice is
Skipping
not going
past
for
it.
it.
Yeah, that looks like a missile as well.
So yeah, once Interslice does the labs cleanup and the dark labs cleanup, they can just take that vent area A and do their spider's treasure side of things, and depending on what they find, they might just stick it out there.
Alright, there's that visor. Dark visor. Yeah, probably going to follow the route that you just described, Chris. The only downside is that we know that Spider is in Sanctuary, so they can't quite take the easy route from main reactor, where we fight Dark Samus the first time. Just gonna have to go around it a little bit, but yeah.
So, question is, will Interslice prioritise the HUD system in Temple Grounds then, potentially? Well, now that we have Dark Visor?
He might, but it is kind of out of the way. Because we do know where Spider Ball is, which could benefit us.
Because we're soon to stumble on Boost Ball, presumably.
Yeah. Just like going back into Battlegrounds here to check the cache. Very smart. It's going to reveal it to screw attack into it.
And there's...
Oh. Wow. Ooh. Okay. Screw attacks across the top of that room, which is a bit dangerous because there's some platforms moving around there. If you bump into the platform, there's a big chance you'll trigger the fight down below.
So Miguel has returned to MSB.
So, yeah, Miguel has Light Beam now, so he is going to be able to check what's in Storage A here. But first, he wants the border that's over there because he is out of power bombs.
Making sure he didn't get Creeled.
Yeah.
And just that missile. We do have a burger, so we are going to do some door dashing delivery here on Dark Samus. Ooh, and didn't get the full.
I went for an alternative strat there. Usually you'll roll around the left side of the pillar to drop the power bomb for a guaranteed KO. The little homebrew strat there didn't quite pay off, but very close to killing it, so very good in the end.
At least we're healthy this seed. Plenty of E-tanks around. So it looks like Miguel and Interslice are going to be kind of passing by each other here. Or at least high-fiving to some degree.
Beam-related upgrade in Dark Oasis. Worst case scenario, that is Annihilator Beam.
Another E-tank for Miguel coming up. We'll get a little bit of sand processing. We'll see what's hidden in here.
Nice boost out of the pipe there. I need to remember that. Good bit of movement.
That pipe is terrible for anything, mostly.
It is, yeah. You shouldn't boost in that pipe, but the little bit of boosting out of that pipe looked pretty smooth.
The thing that annoys me about that pipe is that if you come in from the top of the pipe, if you just let go of your analog stick and let it go into neutral, you should technically just roll down the pipe, but you don't. You can stop.
Wait, why?
It's just so silly. There's enough collision in the pipe that you can actually just get stuck in the pipe.
That's not how physics work. Miguel going for light beam strats here. Probably not used to having power bombs at this point in the run. Or ran out of power bombs. In which case, if you ever run out of power bombs before the Dark Samus fight and you have Screw Attack or Dark Beam, you can check this room here where this item is, kill one of the crates and get a power bomb drop. And then run back in to do the fight. Also, Screw Attack is a fast way, but, you know. Miguel made quick work of that fight anyway. More E. Nice.
So I wonder if Miguel's prioritizing the E as a worst case scenario that suits her very late on.
Yeah. We see Interslice going back this time, actually going for Skythump key hints, because with that super missile, it doesn't have to go into the Ink Storm anymore.
Yep. Nicely done. Oh, and then slid off. Can't blame Prime's limited influence for that one.
Oh, nice. Miguel did that with a 3BSJ into a jump. I've only seen the Screw Attack method for that. Very smooth bit of movement as well. Interslice checking default shrine. I don't think the hint for this was checked.
I don't think so.
Just a missile.
One of the things I learned from Gollop a while ago is that if you shoot the end caches, low on missiles, so
yeah, 4 out of 5.
If you shoot the in caches, the dark in caches, if you don't transition your visor, they will stay still.
Yes.
So it's really cool to hit them, reveal them, and then just stand still, keeping the visor on charge shot.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, because if you hold the lock-on button, it won't actually show you as being locked on, because, you know, you get the blurry visor effect from the cache appearing. But if you shoot at the exact same place, you will indeed be able to kill it, because stand still. It's very nice.
ETS. Profane Path.
We need Annihilator and Echo.
Sank Energy Controller.
That's not too bad. What was the first one?
ETS.
ETS.
Cache A. Dark Torvis Hydro Dynamo Station. Sank Map Station.
Oh boy. Light Suit Cobalt. Hello.
Crossroads, so we know about that one. And Under Temple Access.
It's not too bad, actually. Except for Sank Map Station. That one's that one's something. But no major bosses.
We still don't know anything about Chica. Chica could still have one of the key pieces here.
That is true, because we are missing Annihilator, Echo, Light Suits, Cobalt, and, well, I
Dark Suit as well, I guess.
Yeah, I guess a suit. Although not necessarily required. Oh, someone pointing out suitless hint checking was bad. That was if you have to do a wall crawl or go through the ink storm. That's when you don't want to do suitless there. That's when it's bad. The vanilla route, when you have supers and seekers, or just supers even, so you don't have to go through the ink storm, is pretty decent. It's doable with a good amount of E, like 3 maybe. You can do it very comfortably.
So Miguel skipping out in the last Aegon key that is in Vanilla Light. Bioenergy Controller was just, or I can never remember this. Bioenergy Production, is it?
Correct.
Yeah, just a missile here, but we are going to do the supers check. Looks like Interslice is setting up the boxes instead.
Hmm. It's interesting that Interslice is setting up the boxes because I'm pretty sure it was Interslice who showed me that you can do a little jump into screw attack, which makes you able to skip having to move the boxes altogether.
Yeah. There's a few bits of standable on the kind of the sections above the computing stages that you
Indeed.
can get into and then do a screw attack and skip. Maybe he just wanted to artificially work on his logbook somewhat, do some scanning.
Yeah.
You never know.
Yeah, Aaron pointing out that the profane path requirement of Echo Visor plus Annihilator is very annoying here. I assume that means Interslice knows the Sank Map Station walk roll. Though I have not seen them do it.
But we know that Spider is in Sank. I don't think Sank entrance is logical without Spider. So it must be in like the Spider's treasure side of things. So I think that's probably the next destination for Interslice.
Nope. Interslice going for reset probably realizes that he had a better save point than any nearby check. Good heads up if he does actually have that.
Well, at this point, I hope he does.
Yeah, he should. Has one in Aegon. Okay. I expected it to be in Torvis somewhere, but that works too.
It's the going for the save work.
Interesting.
So potentially just heading back straight to Torvis. Or is this maybe the fastest way to Hall of Honor Dead? Is maybe that what's in mind here?
Yeah. People in chat talking about load delay. I think what's being talked about is Profane Path, which I think the only way to get that from out of bounds is with load delay, which is indeed banned. Unless RA'd by both racers.
But there are no REs in place for this one.
Wait, is load delay even RA'able?
I want to say no.
Huh. It is, okay.
Oh, was. Yeah.
Yeah, I was not sure if it was infinite speed that I was thinking about. That is definitely RA'able.
I went for the safe option and saying no.
Yeah, same. Seems to not be anything of value in Blane's Arc Worship. And let's see what our HUD system is. That is in Cursed Lake.
Best case scenario, this is Echo. Oh, it's Emeralds.
Emeralds, alright.
The
So
worst cover.
the chain that I had talked about does indeed come true, with that Visor in Dark Aegon being Dark Visor, and then Emeralds being here. Bit of a backtrack for Interslice if he wants those Emerald hints from Torvis. But is definitely in a very comfortable position right now. Miguel entering Torvis from the back here is going to have to do an out of bounds here to get around the requirement of Emerald or Supers to get into Torvis Temple here. Very simple. Goes out of bounds, shoots the door, which enables the fight, and now only has to kill a few pirates here to get a cutscene, which repositions him back in bounds.
The supers are in Path of Root, so they're not very far from this location.
Yeah, so Miguel is definitely going to be finding those very soon. Just took a different route to get there. Interslice went through the front, did a little slope jump to get around the requirement of super missiles to get in through the front, or dark suit to get in through the front. Found it that way. Miguel going in through the back here, through Aegon.
So I have a feeling that from this, well, I guess from this position, Miguel has the kind of the easy option of picking up the supers, take the save at Lagoon, and then going for hints straight out the front door of Torvis, which is kind of nice. If they prioritise hints, that is. But it looks like Miguel's going to go the long way around this front of Torvis section.
Yeah, and the storage A here must have been eating at the back of Interslice's mind, because it does decide to go around to go grab it, only to find a missile, sadly. Missile related in Poison Ball cannot be anything of interest anymore. Unless you find missile expansions interesting, that is.
Miguel will be picking up their supers. Interslice still skipping out on that key. So they've fully committed to never having to do a Morbus, which must suggest that Mighty Plaza is dead.
So, with the supers in the spot that they're in, this actually means that we need to go into Torvis the vanilla way, which means that there is a suit hiding from us in logic somewhere. I'm wondering to see where that's going to be.
Robert, what's left to be checked in that kind of logic then? Because it must be...
Sank entrance.
Well, Sank entrance, we would need Spider Ball, wouldn't we? So
right.
that means Spider is in Hazencliff, kind of Spider's treasure area. But the suit could also be there.
Yeah, that's true, actually. We know that Spider Ball is in Temple Axis in Sanctuary.
Yeah.
Oh, Aaron's right, actually. The Emerald was in Sky Temple grounds, and the Dark Visor was in Dark Aegon. So we do have access to Torvis through that Emerald translator.
Yeah, we could just walk in the front door. Yeah.
No, not the front door, but through Aegon, and then scan the gate below the temple and go through there.
But we actually have logical Sank access from the front as well because of the Dark Visor now. We've got Dark Seekers and Boost.
We do. Yeah, the seed is blown pretty much wide open right now. Because we know where Spider is, so... yeah. Oh.
The Grav?
Grav, yeah.
That's a nice wee backpack.
We boosting.
So there's a Spider Ball hint for Miguel.
And as you predicted, the Dark Suit in Hazencliff. Nice.
Sanctuary has all of the best parts to the best suit. We have Dark Suit, we have the Spider Ball, and we have our backpack. All the best combination pieces right here. We're going to transition over to the light side.
Right, what's in the tube? The tube!
Just a missile.
And more
missile.
missile.
Yep. Miguel will be picking up their hints now.
Interslice trying to go for the spider there. Oh boy, we're getting some Triclops action right here. Or Mechlops, rather.
You don't see that very often, do you?
Yeah, indeed.
Because there's a slope jump you could do to just skip that as well, I believe.
Yeah, or you can screw attack over it as well.
Yeah.
A lot of methods to get over there.
I guess Interslice was just like, no, I'm not having any of this, and just decided to grace us with the Mechlops.
Indeed.
Transitioning the gyro.
Ah. Miguel paying some respect to the previous tournament winners by scanning the last, what is it, the key or the corpse that's down there? I think it's the corpse.
The corpse
Which
later,
reveals, yeah, reveals the names of past winners of the tournament. Very nice. Alright.
Ooh, very nice.
Yeah. Takes the cannon to get rid of the quad, and it's just going to do a simple bomb jump into screw attack here to pick up the item.
Down the pipe we go.
Does have the boost ball to get out. Very nice. Ladies and gentlemen, personal service announcement. Please do not go in there without boost ball, or you will softlock.
So we're going to head over to Sank Energy Controller and grab our key. We're going to drop in and say hello to the good man O'Lear. Sadly, won't be able to peruse his knowledge on the wall.
Hear the words of O'Lear, last sentinel of the Sky Temple Key. May they serve you well.
So I wonder what Miguel's thinking here.
Miguel's thinking, let's go out of bounds. Yeah.
And gets it. Miguel's out of bounds movement is very, very nice.
Miguel couldn't quite find the hole. That's what she said. So it has to get in through this way now.
I was not going to comment. So we're off to Dark Torvus, which I don't think we saw any of Dark Torvus from Interslice.
I don't think so either. You know, there is a Sky Temple key hanging around here, but I think Interslice decided to go for a different route.
The vault is empty. Seems the Luminoth very much value that 5-pack of missiles today, but Samus doesn't. Gonna do some watch station shenanigans here.
I'll turn around here. It's not gonna check Putrid Alcove, which is interesting to me. Just wanted to check that item real quick. Not going for the item behind Chica, though. It's going back to Light World. Interesting. Leaving a few checks behind over here.
Oh, this is interesting. Is Interslice not aware that you can just jump over to the not the lowered gate, the raised gate, and then bomb jump up from there?
Yeah. So I made a video comparison of this recently, and doing this the vanilla way is actually only a few seconds slower. So it does offer you a bit of consistency if the trick's not going well for you, for only being ever slightly so much slower.
That's fair.
The only thing that's worse about the vanilla route to me is that if you leave the res bits alive, they might ruin your day a little bit.
Yeah. My problem is generally it's I don't know what you would call them, the bumpers, the things that bounce you off when you get far too close.
If you're having trouble with that, there's actually a few visual keys in the puzzle. It's like some red beams, and
I'm just bad at timing it.
Yeah. So you have to place a bomb when you're like on or slightly before those red beams.
Oh, that was a very quick air underwater.
Very nice. There's that Sky Temple key from Hydro Dynamo Station. Ooh, Miguel gonna open up all the hatches. Interesting. It's probably gonna go down here to grab Under Temple access.
Yeah.
Sky Temple key. Or not. Just wants to open it up.
I guess it might be for later if they come back up, I guess.
Yeah. Although, again, here, same thing for Miguel, as I said for Interslice before, doesn't have the Emerald as they're in here right now, so a little bit unfortunate they're going to have to forfeit all these hints for now.
Yeah. That laser beam knocked Interslice off course a little bit, just a little too shy of the key.
Yeah. Why is he grabbing this key? Is this a Torvis key?
I think it's a Torvis key, so it's probably one of those things in the back of the mind. They're like, I don't have knowledge of Chica yet, so let's be careful.
Yeah, I respect that.
And Miguel is out of bounds. So this is where my knowledge, or my lack of knowledge on out of bounds movement for this game comes in. Like, I'm not entirely sure what the aim is for this.
The aim of this is to get to Transit Tunnel South, right beyond that Annihilator door over there, and then wall crawl up to the Sky Temple key that's in there.
Oh, I missed mini gyro. I wasn't paying attention.
Just caught the tail end of it.
Been mesmerised by a very clean journey here.
Yeah, indeed. Nice instamorph by Interslice as well. Get that gravity boost. Which, because Interslice has that gravity boost and remembers that it was here actually, it's going to have a slightly easier time down in lower Torvis area. Probably went here just for that and is going to go to lower Torvis now and do statue skip to get into that area.
Now, one of the questions you asked right at the beginning was, what would I like to see for the seed? Definitely, I would like to see Aerie. I managed to grace the CGC's final match with an Aerie requirement. Let's see if we can do it again.
We will never forget that. We thank you for it. All of us do. Except for maybe the runners. But for the rest of us, all of us do. Right, Miguel's grabbed the key and is going to go over here, do a little morph. Ooh, maybe not. Huh, that's a different method than I'm used to, but if it works, very nice. Just a ceiling warp. Not quite getting it. Oh, there we go. Caster curse.
Done.
Our favorite item.
Gathering Hall.
Yeah. Alright, Interslice indeed going to be performing Statue Skip here, unless he opened this up. He did not.
I don't think Interslice has been down in Lower Torvus yet.
Almost got it slightly too high. That should do it. Nice.
There we go. Took me a while to get that trick down. But it's quite a satisfying one once you get the hang of it.
Yeah, indeed. Does have that Emerald Translator right now as well, so very good routing. It's going to be able to grab all the hints. Ooh. Hello, Annihilator. Oh, that's going to feel so bad for Miguel. It was right next to it all that time.
That is rough.
Yeah.
So any advantage Miguel had potentially from that wall crawl is basically null and void, sadly.
Yeah. Miguel going back up here? Not sure what this is for. Did he grab the under temple access key already, or?
I don't think he really did.
Thanks, game.
What was that? Progressive?
Grapple into Torvus Temple. Debating his options right now, I think. So let's go back down. Oh, I guess. He must feel soft locked in here right now because he does not have the spider ball to get through the fight.
Oh.
Just some ammo. Over there. I think he is soft locked right now because he does not have spider nor gravity boost to get up there. Yeah, decides to reset out.
Now that's a bit of a shame because I think that might. Can't remember the last time Miguel saved.
I'm not sure either.
We're definitely behind in the wall crawl now.
Oh, right, the wall crawl. Did save in Torvus with 44 minutes in-game time, so it shouldn't be too far away. Miguel probably went out of bounds in this save station anyway, so I think should be fine. Oh, never mind, he's in the beginning of Torvus.
Was this before hints, I think?
Yeah.
I think this was his save when he went to hints, collect those hints, and then death warped back.
There's a translator in Forgotten Bridge. Is that Cobalt?
Has to be, yeah.
Yeah, right. How have we not seen Forgotten Bridge yet? What? We've been through like the entirety of Torvus. How did we not see Forgotten Bridge? Anyway.
Interslice didn't actually do the Torvus loop. He went as far as Temple and then dipped back out. And then Miguel got as far as basically Portal Chamber here, and then
that's right. Yeah, because Miguel is going in this way, yeah. Doesn't have to go to Forgotten Bridge to take the portal there. Huh. So yeah, that's a part of the puzzle solved. Now all we need is another suit.
Yeah, so we're 2 items away from no and gold.
I think one of the worst case scenarios here would be if Light Suit is on Spider Guardian, because we do have access to that Cobalt right now. Yeah, I think what Aaron points out in chat is fair indeed. I think a good play here would be to rush that Cobalt, because you want to go back to Sank anyway. It nets you a bunch of hints over there, which could maybe give you an insight on where that Light Suit is hiding out, and perhaps that Echo Visor.
Yeah, I think hint knowledge would be very good at this point because we're what is it, 5 cobalt hints, and we have 3 in emerald still, so 9 hints for 2 of our required items plus the boss clearance.
Yeah.
Not a bad decision.
Yeah, I respect this play from Interslice as well. Decides to dip into the portal real quick to check the Undertemple item, just to see if it's not something that's required. Something Cobalt Translator right there in a weekly race not too long ago, unhinted. Anyway.
I hope you all enjoyed that one.
I actually did. A lot of people didn't, though.
Yep, so Miguel heading back into Lower Torvis.
Yeah, so Interslice just gonna grab the key, take his bounty, and leave, which I think is the smart play here. I'll go for air underwater again. Ring perfect trick, by the way. You have to morph on the exact frame that you are entering the water. Let's get it in a little bit. Very nice.
Wasn't it was the first time they done it.
So yeah, it does have to unlock this area again. I could actually learn from this, because I usually end up doing underwater dashes to get to these consoles to open them up, but I guess doing air underwater here allows you to open 2 at the same time, because you can just screw attack over to the next one, which is quite nice. And more E for Interslice in Underground Tunnel.
Yep. Nothing exciting there today.
Oh.
1 room away from a progressive grapple.
So, we know that the 2 grapples that we saw were in Torvis Temple and in GFMC compound. Now, there's nothing left near Torvis Temple, so it has to be next to GFMC. FTA, you're correct. So we need that light suit. Well, need is a big word, but logically we need that light suit to grab that.
Well, there's our validation, just chilling in Torvis Grove.
And welcome to the Raiders of SpeedGaming 3. Welcome, welcome. We are showing you part of the Echoes Metroid Prime speedrunning tournament. This is race number 2 between 2 amazing runners. You're in for a treat, so stick around.
So I wonder how Miguel is feeling after that soft lock situation. Because that kind of thing would probably put you a little bit, you'd feel under pressure. Like if you weren't already feeling a little behind, probably feel a lot worse off now. So hopefully Miguel isn't too strained on that.
Yeah. Although Miguel can rely on his knowledge of tricks a lot to skip things, so might not be feeling too bad right now, because he knows he can skip a bunch of these requirements.
Both progressive grapples were found. The GFMC crate and Torvis Temple, so we do have the echo points to find our visor.
Yeah, so Echo Visor is in FTA. Yeah, I might be fumbling my words a little bit. I am slightly sleep deprived right now. Excuses for that.
So Miguel making short work of getting that SDK again, which is good. And we're heading to the Torvus Plaza side of things.
Worst
Doesn't
room in
look
the
like
game.
anything. Yeah, doesn't look like anything was there. Taking out some dark pirates.
Going to boost across here to the other rails, and from there you can peek the item. And it's going to dip out, so it was nothing important.
So what have we got left at this stage? We have like this side of Torvus, but dark. And
We have some really annoying checks left. We have
yeah.
Spider Guardian, Airy. Over in Dark Aegon, we have Incash 2, I believe it is, the Echo one. Some very nasty checks. We have Powerbomb Guardian left.
We have Chico, obviously, which we still don't have any knowledge of.
Yeah, Chica could be done blind as well. Grapple Guardian is accessible here. I think under Transit 1, was that one of our keys? Or is that a seed I played?
I think it was just under
Yeah.
Temple Access and TTS.
Yeah, that must have been the practice seed I did earlier.
Oh,
Light suit.
There we go. So we're now essentially in go mode. So
Yeah, wow.
is immediately going to get out of here.
So yeah, scratch all of the garbage checks that I just named. We are a go.
So the benefit, I guess, from here is that we can immediately come out the front of Torvus and I guess go straight to FTA. I don't know if taking the save warp might be faster.
Yeah, depending on the keys that are left right now, routing could play a factor here. We have 3 keys left on FTA before that.
Yeah, so Sank Map, our
Yeah.
Profane Path, is that the one that we require Echo for?
Sank Map, Profane Path, and
Looks like Miguel's having a nice wee time on the grapple swing here. Yeah, so I'm trying to think what we got left for Interslice here. So we've got our 2 Sky Temple keys and Sanctuary. What's the third and last one? What am I missing?
yeah, I'm not quite sure either. I know he has to head to Fortress Transport Access to grab Echo first for Profane Path. Which is right next to it, so realistically if you wanted to, you could just grab that, go for Profane Path, then go to Sanctuary to grab Sank Map Station, and question mark. I don't quite remember what the last one is. Crossroads could be missing, yes? Oh, that's kind of out of the way. But, oh yeah, no, actually,
right
he's going right there. Yeah.
Surprisingly.
Yeah, so that's the routing from here. Huh.
And Crossroads has a
Crossroads.
nice wee option here where you can take the save warp because of the save station that's immediately next to you, or you can just walk out the front door and just head through Temple Grounds.
Yeah, then again, doing Sank Entrance is kind of a drag, so... I guess because he has Solve Mini Gyro, it's probably easier to go to Sanctuary here and then enter from Aegon here through mini gyro, get to Sank map, and then save warp. But Echo is in Fortress Transport Access, so it's right on the way. Save warps, goes to FTA, and then... Yeah, or either way is fast, probably. Just save warping, grabbing FTA, Profane Path. Then you would have to go through Sank Entrance, yeah. Which takes a little bit of time, but it's not too bad. Yeah, either route seems pretty good here. Oh yeah, there is a way to skip that pirate fight, huh? I saw that video once and then just never gave it second thought. I should look into that more.
So
Seems like Interslice.
Sank from here then.
Yeah.
So what's the aim from this direction then?
From this direction, you go through mini gyro. And from there you grab Sank Map Station, save reset Great Temple, and go through the Emerald Gate.
Oh yeah.
To Profane Path, to... Well, I guess to FTA first to grab Echo, then back to Profane Path, and then to final bosses.
If only it was possible to actually open Sank Entrance from reverse.
Right?
Seems
That's
like
what I was thinking.
Such a weird kind of just like lock, I suppose.
Yeah, see, the thing is, it is possible to do it in reverse with an out of bounds, but it is not fun as far as I've seen. I've not attempted it, but the fact that it is never used in Rando probably should tell you that's not good. Yeah, what Aaron says, Sank map wall crawl into Sank entrance reverse, so that wall crawl. Echo Profane Path, that would probably be the fastest route if you are a demon indeed.
So I wonder where Miguel is heading at this point, maybe going for the Sank Entrance option here.
Oh, interesting, yeah. Did just pick up that Echo, so does have an entrance through the front here, yeah. If only he knew about that Echo visor here, he would definitely wall crawl for it. Hold on. Hold on. Might just go for it. Yeah. Is he blind checking FTA from here? I mean, again, like we mentioned earlier, Miguel is a beast at doing these kind of tricks, so for him this is probably not even that much slower than just walking in. Having a little bit of trouble with the transition here. I think that one takes a while to load. Does make it slower, yeah.
So both players will no doubt end up high-fiving here.
Yeah, pretty much.
Because as Miguel is attempting to sneak in the top, Interslice will probably just be taking the wee teleporter.
This here is a cool bit of movement by Miguel that he showcased in his last video. A little faster way to get up here to the item up above. Very nice.
And there we go.
So yeah,
And
both
within the
runners
space of
picking
like
it.
10 seconds, both players
Yeah.
have echo.
The scan visor is useful for gathering information. Did you know? Did you see? I think you have some more trivia about scan visor, don't you?
I wouldn't call it trivia as such. Like if you follow the real words, scan visor is a movement system. Gathering
That's right.
information is for people who don't know how to go fast. Jokes. Don't take me seriously, folks, on that
Yeah.
one.
Read your hints, everyone. Read your hints.
In Prime, we don't get hints, so all we can do is go fast.
You get a hint now. A singular hint.
We do get a singular hint. So Interslice picking up the very last key. I'd say what with Echo bosses, they're fairly straightforward, fairly quick. We're probably looking at what, half past, just maybe a little past that finish.
Yeah, for sure. For a seed, that could have been a lot of rough back and forthing between the areas. Interslice is going to have an impressive finish time here.
Well, that was kind of cool. I didn't realise that you could jump towards the gate there. And I thought it always repositioned you back on the kind of the standing point. So I wonder if this is the point where Miguel has kind of is unsure as to where the logic is trying to push them. It seems like we are definitely going and doing some kind of out of logic stuff at this stage.
Yeah. Interslice remembered to move the light block, so you can take a little fast route to the final bosses here. Very nice. Miguel here doing the skip for the pirate fight.
Well, that is nice.
Oh, bonked.
That's
Still
an
doesn't hit
interesting
it.
reposition.
Nice.
Right, is this the first time Miguel has entered into Sank at this stage?
Wow. Just used that quad's knee and said, "No, thank you, sir," and noped out of there.
I did
Very
not
nice.
realise there was standable there. That is a
Me
really
neither.
cool way of climbing that room.
Impressive indeed. And I think this is the second time Miguel has entered Sank. I think he's been in Spider Side.
No,
Probably
because he
saw
would have
that gravity
had
boost.
Dark Suit. Maybe he'd been in Sank side, he would have Spider side, he would have had Dark Suit at this point.
Miguel trying to get out of bounds here. I think he's wanting to do the Sank map station wall crawl. Ooh. Alright, everyone, get your clips ready. Write that down, write that down.
It's definitely really cool to see some of these. These wall crawls are very, very fancy. So Interslice now heading into Emperor Ing. When I was practicing Echoes, this fight alone was enough for me to just go, nope.
Yeah. At the start, this fight is a bit of a drag, but when you've done this a bunch of times, when you get really used to it, it is one of the easier bosses. I would say arguably much easier than the Prime counterparts.
Oh, I will say they are 100% far easier once you know the tech and how to do them. But I just did not have the patience to do EI1. EI1 was the worst part.
Yeah.
Like EI2, very straightforward. EI3, nothing against it. It's a fairly straightforward fight with screw attack. Getting slapped about a little bit by the tentacles here.
Yeah. Indeed, to answer a question in chat, load delay is pulling up the map to, well, delay the load from happening. So if you can grab any item without pressing pause, then it is not a load delay. But it's just like making, well, how do I say this? Like taking advantage of the game's load times is not using load delay.
Interslice going for the shins here.
Busting some kneecaps.
Though Emperor is very protective of his feet here.
Yeah, a little bit temperamental, this one.
Definitely getting dunked on here.
Should have it now. Whoa!
Oh, just moved.
He put his feet up. He's juking him left and right. Oh no. Get him!
There we go. So, ladies and gentlemen, we start with orange, because orange is by far the best colour. We go with a cool blue, followed up with a fiery, passionate red, and then we finish off with the not-so-great green. We just leave that till last, because we have to acknowledge it at some point, but may as well acknowledge it in last place.
Wow. Somewhere in chat, Baja is fuming right now.
Oh no, Reggie! It was Reggie that's targeted to. He done it in the other race this morning. Told people the right way of doing it, or the other way of doing it. And I was like, no, I can't be having that. I think it was the race this morning. Either that was the weekly, one of the two.
Interesting. Interslice going for a super shot and a few dark beam shots here instead of the usual 25 annihilator shots plus 1 pellet.
I would say I've been running with that joke for about a year and a half at this point. It's maybe more of an in-joke because I don't do much in the way of Echo's commentary and whatnot. It definitely has been around for a while. So Interslice trying to stop this centering.
Yeah. Opting for the missile into Dark Beam, the safe strat. Very little chance for Dark Samus to move and get out of her position here of throwing up the shield. Very nice. Not safer than the screw attack method, but slower. It's gonna have to go for screw attacks here. It's out of dark ammo now. Oh,
Ooh, bonk on the
bonks. Doesn't quite get the screw attack off. Jumps over it. I think the tech here is to jump more to the side of Dark Samus.
Ooh, just jumped right over.
Still not getting centered. Getting quite lucky with these. Ooh, did hit a missile on her though. It's headed to the middle now, yeah.
Oh. Oh, that was a nice E-dash from Miguel to get to the Sank Energy Controller. They'll be grabbing their 8th key at this stage.
Wow, yeah. So from Miguel, the only key that remains is Profane Path, which is interesting to me because that's the one that, as far as I know, you can only do with load delay, so should be inaccessible to him. So get your GGs in chat, though.
Miguel does have Echo and Annihilator, so they can't just do it vanilla.
Oh, right, they did find that, huh? That's
yes,
right, you didn't need the light suit.
Interslice with an official race time finish of 1 hour, 32 minutes and 58 seconds.
Wow, a very intense match, and you have to beg the question here of how close would Miguel have been had he not soft locked down in Lower Torvis?
Yeah.
That did take a lot of time from him.
Considering where Miguel is currently with the key collection rate, could have been a lot closer than we first imagined.
Miguel
I'm
got
trying.
Profane Path already. Huh. So what key is remaining for him right now? Because it does seem like he is continuing on for now.
We'll try and see if we can get Interslice invited in. Welcome in, Interslice. GG's.
Thank you.
GG's.
How did you feel with the race? How did you find the seed? What's your first impressions?
Well, I thought it went pretty well, considering just how much stuff was required for this one.
Yeah, for 1 hour 32, like it seemed like it was dragging for a while, and then once the Cobalt hint, I think the Cobalt hint was quite a good one because that obviously opened up a lot of knowledge at that stage.
Yeah. Yeah, this was a full tracker secret, I think. Everything on the tracker was needed. At least logically.
Yeah, I think so. Like I can't consider anything there. Yeah, pretty much, yeah. Miguel is not far off. Miguel is a key missing, which is the... We are trying to figure out which key it is they're missing. Miguel sadly had a bit of a soft locking in Lower Torvis. No Spider Ball, no Grav Boost, so they couldn't get out of the Hydro Dynamo kind of section once they'd committed to it. So that put them a bit behind. I had to recollect the SDK and TTS because they'd done the wall crawl for it originally. And then had to go back and do the wall crawl again, only to find Annihilator being basically the room next door.
Yeah, I got pretty lucky with some of those finds, like Gravity, Annihilator. The last suit was pretty good.
The biggest one we were talking about was the supers.
Oh yeah, that too.
Because as you were passing, because you were heading into Torvis, and we got the hint of Boost Ball being an Aegon still, we got our hint of Spider Ball, but you opted to go straight into Torvis, knowing where Boost Ball actually was, and then finding your supers, which just gave you a very clear path through Torvis back into Aegon to do your kind of missing steps, which was very good.
So tell me about that decision, actually, because you knew via the hints that your Spider was in Sanctuary and that your Boost Ball was in Dark Aegon, but you decided to go for the front of Torvis. Why is that?
Well, I figured I could just loop around through... No, actually the main reason I wanted to do it was to get those 2 Violet hints in Temple Grounds, because those were kind of on the way to Torvis, and I figured I have Power Bombs and... basically just Power Bombs, that's all I really needed, and that opened up a few things in Torvis, so I might as well check those while I'm here.
Nice.
Miguel now heading into final bosses, so they won't be too far behind. Anything else about the siege you thought was kind of call out from your perspective when you're racing through?
The hint for the early HUD system in was it a Curse Lake? That was pretty handy.
Yeah.
That kind of changed my routing decisions for the second half of the seed. Because I just figured that's probably either Cobalt or Emerald. So I'm gonna get that before I go to Sanctuary and then do Torvis. Just so I can get some more hints on there.
Yeah, getting trolled by Emperor Ing 2 a little bit here. It's getting slightly low on health.
Right, and despite everything on the tracker being required, we still got a Dark Burst hint.
Yeah, right? What was up with that?
Forgot about that. Yeah, I forgot that Miguel's in here with no suits.
Yeah, the drops from the inglets and the tentacles are definitely helping him stay alive right now.
Yeah. But there's 10 missiles if he needs it.
I'm
Oh,
sure
that
Miguel did a
sculpture
bunch of crazy tricks based on the fact that he has no suits right now.
He did, yeah.
We got a Sank map station wall crawl. We had the TTS wall crawl as well.
And FTA.
And the FTA wall crawl.
Yeah, all those.
Use actually both high five essentially at Echo Visor. Miguel was first to get it, but you were literally just coming straight through the door as Miguel picked it up, so you were only like what, few seconds apart from each other at that stage.
Yeah, and the craziest thing about that is that that was a gamble by Miguel as well, because he had just picked up that Emerald translator, so I don't think he had knowledge that the Echo Visor was an FTA.
And that's one of the things as well, is that with that gamble, it's kind of hard obviously to say whether the gamble would have still happened prior to the soft locking situation. But if the soft lock didn't happen and Miguel was to still make the same plays, this could have been a lot closer.
Yeah, it's unfortunate.
Alright, GG's for Mr. Miguel. Yeah, wow. What an incredible race to watch. Both of you incredibly fast, crazy routing, crazy tricks during this race as well. Super fun to watch. Well done to
Glad to
both
hear
of you.
it. I'll be watching this one back for sure.
Oh yeah.
Yep, that's a GG's in for Miguel. Hopefully Miguel will be joining us. I guess the only oh, they've dropped in. I guess the only thing to kind of maybe ask about was how did you feel about the early duping of your progressive grapple?
Hello.
Oh, I was very happy to see that.
Hello, Miguel.
Welcome in.
GG's to you.
GG.
Yeah, it would have been a much closer race if I didn't have those hot dogs that happened to me, like the quad just denying me. And the little oopsie I had when I forgot I didn't have Spider-Ball, yeah, that too. That caused like a while.
Yeah.
Yeah, we
Oh.
commented on that. We believed it could have been if your routing host the Hydro Dynamo aspect had been exactly the
Yeah.
same. Your
Yeah,
Echo Visor, this
I-
could have been a lot closer.
I completely forgot about the little underwater thingy where I can't move properly. So I'm like, oh, this is a problem. And I even opened the portal before. I was like, I'm gonna open this just in case something bad happens. And then, oops, turns out that's where I needed to go because that was the way. Yeah.
Yeah.
So, how was your thoughts on the seed then, Miguel? Outside of the
What?
kind of the Utsi, how did you feel the seed kind of played out?
It was okay. It was this kind of sea was more on the slower side. Usually, this specific tournament seed, you either get like a 116 something, 110, 112 around that, 115 ish, and then there's the slower one, which was this one around 140 ish something, 135. So it was a little bit slow, but it was okay, I guess. Echo Visor, I was really lucky to find Echo Visor. I was like, I'm just gonna check this, just might as well. And then, oops, Echo Visor. And then, like, oh, okay. And yeah, I also did that with Training Chamber, and I found Annihilator Beam. And I was like, oh,
Right next
okay.
door,
Well,
yeah.
I think I was
The Echo
gonna
Visor
show
was a
like,
bit of a high five for the two of you. You basically picked up Echo Visor like Interslice had gone in with the light suit because of the information Interslice managed to accumulate. So Interslice got the Echo Visor basically a few seconds just after you had completed the wall crawl and managed to pick yours up.
Let me see. Oh, okay. Got Boost Guardian and Hasten Cliff. I see. That's where the suits were.
Yeah, it wasn't on Boost Guardian, that was on the ledge.
Yeah. What was gonna? Yeah. I was actually gonna go to Sanctuary, but then I saw Annihilator, and I was like, oh, okay. I guess I'm going back to Temple Grounds. But then I forgot about Echoizer, and I'm like, oh, okay. I guess I'm going to Sanctuary then. And then I'm gonna check this first, and like, okay, sure. Then I got Profane Path. Unlucky, unlucky. Item placement, I suppose.
You at least did get, just before you kind of joined in, you at least did get the ability to dupe your grapple beam, which was quite nice.
Oh yeah, I guess.
So you got that kind of wee advantage, at least on your movement side of things. I think when it came to the early game was, I think Interslice, you took a little bit of the lead. Miguel had decided to do a little bit more of the Temple Grounds cleanup, whereas you Interslice pushed on straight into kind of Aegon. So Miguel, you had done, oh, I can't remember, is it communication area and then the high chamber B checks before going into Aegon. And you were only a little bit behind overall, but I think the way it kind of paid dividends for Interslice is Interslice only had to dip into the high chamber B section once, and the same for communication area when heading into GFMC kind of compound. So that was kind of basically the early game. You were taking much the same path for the majority of it, and it was just that kind of slight eking in distance just for those lack of double dipping on Interslice's side of things.
I got the lower engage time. I win. Just kidding. I am the true winner.
Wait, I can start over. I know where to go now.
All right, let me just reset real quick.
3, 2, 1, go.
In any case, I didn't like it much. The SDKs could have been in a better place, and so Profane Path was just probably the deciding factor. The fact that I had to get the suits and gravity boost. Gravity boost I never found. Where was it?
It was in Hall of Combat Mastery.
Oh.
So again, next to the dark suit that was in Hazen Cliff as well.
Yeah.
I went through there, but I didn't even bother to check because why would I?
You were also a room away from the Cobalt translator, which was in Forgotten Bridge as well. You were approximately a lot closer to that, but Interslice managed to find was it an emerald hint for that, I believe.
Must
What-
have
Oh
been.
yeah, I thought that was gonna be Echovisor because it said hood system, and
Yeah, I think it
I
said
just
translator.
assumed hood system as in what you can see on the screen. So okay, that's 100% Echovisor, but no. Apparently, there can be translators too, which should be visor instead of HUD system. So that's kind of an issue. Should probably get changed, in my opinion. But
Yeah, the corpse hints use a broader category, where one of the weirder ones as well is that a beam-related upgrade, for example, could be super missile.
Yeah.
good to know. In any case, that's gonna be it for me. GG, well played.
Yeah, GG's.
GG's, Miguel.
Interesting seed, and thank you so much, both of you, for putting up an amazing show for us. Incredible movement, incredible tricks showcased, and a great race overall. Thank you so much.
All right. Good afternoon.
So yeah, chat, that is probably going to be us. Make sure you follow the runners, Interslice and MrMiguel, on their respective Twitch channels. Make sure you follow Lucarius, my co-com, who is also participating in this tournament. And Nai as well. I believe Nai is also participating, so make sure our tracker is followed. Get following
And-
them and you'll see them in the tournament upcoming.
And of course, our friend in orange, the Ginger Chris on Twitch. Very amazing streamer. Go follow. Go, go, go.
Ah, you make me blush. Any final parting words, Interslice?
No, I think we pretty much covered it.
Okay. Right then, folks. We'll catch you next mission. Have a good one.
See you next mission.
Yeah.